Call the meeting to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everybody. This is our regular city council meeting for Monday, May the 11th of 2026. Start with the roll call, please.
Weber.
Yes.
Anna.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Verstatter.
Present.
Maynard.
Present.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
I need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 7-0. Next we move to public comment. Mr. Kenninger, there. I'll start this time.
Pass those around,
Yes.
please.
Like one at a time, look through them first, or?
There's one for each.
Okay.
They're all the same picture.
Just wait, don't start the clock until he's ready. Let me know when you're ready, because I don't steal any of your time.
Just when you guys get the pictures, so you all can see what I'm talking about.
Oops, two. Okay, go ahead.
Tonight I'm here because the pattern continues. After speaking publicly at this council meeting and criticizing actions taken by this city, I suddenly began receiving enforcement attention for conduct that had openly occurred for years without issue, and now we have something even more concerning. We have photographs directly from my home phone security system, date and time stamped, showing my truck parked in the same location while the officer's blue unmarked vehicle visible just feet away from my truck. Yet no citation was issued at that time, no warning, no concern, no public safety issue. Now I know you guys don't have a date and time stamp, but this one does. This is 9/7 of 2024 at 9:27 in the morning.
Did you mean April or May? You said 9.
Or July 9th of 2024.
Okay, July 9th. Okay, thank you.
2024.
2024, okay.
This is 2026. I have since gotten two parking tickets on my vehicle. So no warning, no concern, no public safety issue, but after protected speech at this council meeting and discussion of federal litigation, enforcement suddenly begins. The timing matters. We have photographs from months and even days before my first speech referencing litigation to this council, showing the same situation without enforcement action being taken. This photograph is dated just days after the arrest that is now the subject of the pending federal litigation. At the same time, the same officer I previously referenced, which is now the chief of police, watching my home, is visibly near my property in the same blue vehicle I spoke about earlier. That officer was also referenced in the arrest report as allegedly witnessing conduct outside the home that we possess evidence did not occur as described. The officer is now the chief of police. To be clear, he did not personally issue the parking citations. But after those citations were issued, I then received a letter under his authority warning that if the tickets had not been paid and that my vehicle if the tickets had not been paid, my vehicle could potentially be subject to impound. I then received a second ticket after my truck remained parked overnight in the same easement area. While the vehicle may have remained there overnight on that occasion, situations like this like this had occurred before without enforcement action. But now, suddenly, repeated enforcement appears only after public criticism and federal litigation. That raises serious concerns regarding selective enforcement and retaliation following protected speech. This is not about asking for special treatment. It's about equal treatment, because the First Amendment protects the right of citizens to criticize government officials without fear of escalating enforcement afterwards. Based on these continuing events, I am now evaluating amendment of pending federal litigation to include claims relating to selective enforcement and retaliation following protected speech. Because if citizens begin fearing retaliation for speaking publicly against their government, then every rights become vulnerable. Thank you. And I'll leave this for you so you can see the date on this. So you can see that my truck is parked right there. So you can see right here is the unmarked squad car. So you can see right there is the chief of police. And you can go back in the records and see if there was any parking tickets issued in my name from 2024 until now.
Thank you, sir. Okay, let's move to proclamations. We'll start with the Poppy proclamation.
Would you pass that photo around to us? The one that's got the timestamp, please. Susie can keep it. Yeah.
Okay. This seems like we just did this.
This did not go to September, in August of this.
Okay. Whereas America is the land of freedom, preserved and protected willingly and freely by citizen soldiers, whereas millions who have answered the call to arms have died in the field of battle, whereas a nation at peace must be reminded of the price of war and the debt owed to those who have died in war, whereas the red poppy has been designated as a symbol of sacrifice of lives in all wars, and whereas the American Legion Auxiliary has pledged to remind America annually of this debt through the distribution of the memorial flower. Therefore, I, Brad Bleicher, Mayor of Independence, Buchanan County, Iowa, do hereby proclaim that the 14th, 15th, and 16th days of May 2026 as Poppy Days, and ask that all citizens pay tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the name of freedom by wearing and displaying the memorial poppy on this date. And then I will sign this. And today is May the 11th. Sure, absolutely. You want me to?
No.
Such luck today.
Go to seed yet? So they moved to you and not your stuff? They moved to you and not your stuff?
Didn't even hear anybody yell cheese.
Thank you.
Do you have your hours covered? Do you have your hours covered?
You'll have to. Do you have any hours you need for?
Do you have your hours covered?
I've got some hours available at Fairway on Friday or Saturday.
Late?
Can we text you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I know. 0.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Thank you for all you guys do for our vets.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the second proclamation that we have is National Police Week. To recognize the National Police Week 2026 and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas there are more than 800,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including those dedicated members of the Independence Police Department. Whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, there are currently more than 24,500 law enforcement officers in the United States that have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty, including 2 members of the Independence Police Department. Whereas the names of those dedicated and public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C., whereas 363 new names of fallen heroes have been added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial this spring, including 111 officers killed in 2025 and 24,067 officers killed in the previous years. Whereas the service and sacrifice of all officers killed in the line of duty will be honored during the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund's 38th Candlelight Vigil on the evening of May 13, 2026. Whereas the Candlelight Vigil is part of the National Police Week, which will be observed this year, May 11 through 16th. Whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and the U.S. flags will be flown at half-staff. Therefore, be it resolved that the City of Independence will observe May 11 through 16th as National Police Week in Independence, Iowa, and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation. Thank you, Brian. Sir.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move to the consent agenda. I need a motion to accept and approve the consent agenda that reads as follows. The minutes of the April 11, sorry,
It should be the 27th. I mistyped that.
there's no 271st?
Combination of April 27th and May 11th.
Got it. The minutes of the April 27, 2026 regular meeting, the Crowbar Class C retail alcohol license renewal that includes outdoor service with the tentative effective date of May 15, 2026, the Dollar General Class B retail alcohol license ownership amendment, the Mini Mart Class E retail alcohol license ownership amendment, the Los Dos Marias Class C retail alcohol license renewal with tentative effective dates of May 5, 2026.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 7-0. Next, we move to the financials. Item number 7. Need a motion to approve the claims for payment.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 8, which is the bank reconciliation. This is for information only. Does anybody have any questions or comments with regard to that? Okay.
Thanks, Susie.
Moving on to item number 9, which is the revenues and expenses to date. Again, this is for information only. Anybody have any comments with regard to that? Okay. Moving then to item number 10. Pursuant to the agenda, I'll now convene a public hearing for the fiscal year 2026 budget amendment number 2. Anybody from the public? Nobody signed in? Anybody?
I did not receive anything regarding it.
Okay. I will now close the public hearing. Let's move to item number 10. Sorry, 11. Let's do 10 again. Item number 11. This is the third and final reading of the ordinance amendment to Chapter 65, Stop Required. I need a motion to approve the third and final reading of the ordinance amending provisions pertaining to Chapter 65, Stop Required, and to authorize the mayor to sign the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
We had our first reading on April 13th, our second reading on April 27th. This involves the vehicles that are within the Steve G. property. Anybody have anything further that we wanted to talk about with regard to that? Okay, hearing none, this will be a roll call vote.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Versater,
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 12, which is the second reading of an ordinance amendment to Chapter 170 of the zoning regulations. I need a motion to approve the second reading of an ordinance that amends provisions pertaining to Chapter 170 zoning regulations.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. This is the McDonald property. We had, the original request was made March the 18th. Planning and zoning reviewed this recommended it be sent to council for approval on April 7th. Our public hearing on this was held on April 26th, and the first reading was on that date, so this is our second reading. This is where they're changing the property zoning from agriculture to C2, is that right?
It's from M2 to C2.
Oh, M2 to C2. Any further discussion with regard to that? Hearing none, this will be a roll call vote then.
Moore,
Yes.
Versater,
Yes.
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Appleby,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
That passes 7-0 also. Does anybody want to make a motion to suspend the statutory rule and have the final decision made tonight as opposed to the following meeting?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. This is again a roll call vote, and I need 6 out of 7 votes to proceed with that.
Versater,
Yes.
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby,
No.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah,
No.
Moore.
Yes.
Okay, next we'll move to item number, under resolutions, item number 13. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a resolution reappointing Jake Bass to the Library Board of Trustees.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Bass has indicated that he'd like to continue. Laura and the president of the library board have both indicated a willingness to have him continue, so this would be a term that would now end June the 30th of 2030. Any discussion with regard to that? Hearing none, this will be a roll call vote.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Versater,
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 7-0 also. I'll move to item number 14. This is the same issue. Nancy Dodge is interested in being reappointed. Again, spoken to Laura, spoken to the president of the library board. They both want them to continue. Again, the term would then end June 30th, 2030. So I didn't do the motion yet, right? So I need the motion first to authorize.
Second.
Then this would be, any discussion on that? That'd be a roll call vote then.
Appleby,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Versater,
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Okay, that also passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 15. Emily Owenby is currently serving on the library board. She's not able to continue to move forward. Kay Reedy, who most of you know was previously on the library board and is a principal over
East.
at East. She's indicated a willingness to be there, to take over that role again. Both Laura and the president of the library board, my wife, have indicated that they're interested in having her do that. So I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a resolution appointing Kay Reedy
So
to the
moved.
library board of trustees.
Second.
Any discussion with regard to this? So this would be effective July 1st. Roll call vote.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Versater.
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Also passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 16. Matt Rickers is currently on the board, on the library board. He's going to be moving out of town. He's indicated that we want to fill his position. Andy Hudson, who is the son-in-law of Lance Fricke, who we all met when he brought the check in from the Triumphant Church, has indicated he'd like to fill that role. I've spoken to both Laura and the library board president. They're both satisfied with him being the appointee. So this would, he'd be fulfilling the rest of the term of Matt Rickers. So this would be through June 30th of 2028. Did I get the motion first?
No.
I need a motion first.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. This would then be a roll call vote.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Versater.
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
This also passes 7-0. Next, we move to the item number 17. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a resolution appointing Rick Wolfcool to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Nathan Hansen has vacated his position on planning and zoning. I've spoken with Mr. Wolfcool, and he's indicated a willingness to serve with the understanding that if he is elected in November, that he would then not be able to serve any longer on the planning and zoning, and we would have a new appointee at that time. So I need the motion first.
I I already have.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then it would be, any discussion on this? This would be through, Nathan's term ends December 31st of 2027, so that's the term itself in the event that he's able to do more than just till the end of this year. Okay.
I have it.
Okay, this will be a roll call vote then.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
It passes 7-0. Next, we'll move to item number 18. This is a ordering bids and setting a public hearing on snow removal acquisition improvement project for the municipal airport. We had previously discussed this particular project. The time for the bids is May the 27th at 2 p.m. The public hearing would be set on June the 8th at 5:30 p.m. So this would then be a roll call vote
I
on.
need a motion.
I need a motion first to approve. I have a motion and a second. This would be a roll call vote on just setting the date for the public hearing.
Crusader.
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 19. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a resolution that approves the plat of survey with regard to the Terry and Christine Jewell, JUHL property. I have a motion first.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I can't remember whether we talked about this or not already. This is 514th Avenue Southeast, and he has two parcels that are side by side, parcel Y and parcel A. This was approved by Planning and Zoning with a recommendation to approve, for us to approve it as well on May the 5th. He wants to divide the two parcels with possibly having two single-family residences on, one on each of the parcels.
So they're both buildable lots.
They're certainly buildable lots. They're sizable as far as acreage, yes.
You're going to have to cut some trees down to get
Yeah.
Few.
So further discussion with regard to this? Okay, hearing none, this will be a roll call vote.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Crusader.
Yes.
Also passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 20. This is a resolution to approve a lot combination agreement for lots 2 and 3 in the Greif, G-R-E-I-F, Greif subdivision. So I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a resolution approving the lot combination agreement and to add recording fees to the previously approved claims listing.
So moved. Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. This is Mishler, M-I-S-H-L-E-R. It's 810 3rd Avenue Southwest. They want to allow construction of an auxiliary building, but that would require the combination of the two parcels that they have in order to do that for setback purposes primarily, as I understand it.
And the lot that they're going to join, is that a buildable lot without anything on it?
I believe it's a buildable lot. It is within, is it in the floodplain, floodway? There's some flood issues there where that's at.
It's in the
It's in the floodplain.
Any questions for,
But they own both of the lots.
And they can build the building there in the flood zone, or?
Special construction. And they may be able to get that.
Get the motion.
If they want to build even up and out.
Yeah, if they stay closer to 3rd Avenue, you can get out of it pretty good, but, yeah.
further discussion with regard to
The only
that?
thing this is we could have had a house on there with and gotten more property taxes, and now it's just going to have a shed or whatever it is they're going to build.
Being that it's in the floodplain.
If it's a buildable lot, I mean,
Being that it's in the floodplain, I don't know that anyone's going to take on that venture, being able to raise.
well, what floodplain is that in? Because that's up pretty high.
Be 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just a comment.
Who's it, 810?
810 3rd Avenue South.
Dead end street.
It's at the south end of 3rd Avenue Southwest.
Yeah, where all those newer houses are now. I think it's.
Any further sorry?
Okay.
Try and keep your voice up. Keep your voice up if you're going to talk.
Oh,
I couldn't hear what you
no, I
were
was
saying.
just explaining to him that it was the former Gary Crawford house.
Okay. Any further discussion with regard to this? Hearing none, this will be a roll call vote then.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
That passes 7-0 also. Next,
What, Mishler owns that?
Bishler.
Which one?
Kevin and Wendy.
Next, we move to item number 21. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a resolution that decertifies certain assessments that were sent to the Buchanan County Treasurer. First, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. This is 416th 9th Avenue Southeast. This was a 657A property. There was a mowing nuisance fee that was charged for $250 back in July of 2025. In order to have the property and be able to transfer the title to us, we need to decertify the lien that we placed on it for the $250, so that's the purpose of this. Any questions about it? Hearing none, then we would have a roll call vote on this.
Appleby,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
It also passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 22. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution adopting the coin acceptance policy.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. We talked about this at the May 4th work session. It's on page 212 of your packet itself, if anybody wants to look at the actual
Does this
resolution.
include Bitcoin?
No. Any further discussion with respect to this? Hearing none, this will then be a roll call vote.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
No.
This passes 6-1. Next, we move to item number 23. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a resolution authorizing salary increases for salaried and non-bargaining employees, excluding the city manager, effective at the beginning of the pay period, including July 1, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. We talked about the salary increase itself on February the 2nd of 2026. This would involve a base salary of a 2% salary increase for full-time hourly and salaried employees. Any further discussion with regard to this?
Well, we see the breakdown of what percent each officer got. I mean, is that public
It's not
knowledge?
officers. This is the regular,
Or employees?
We can provide that if you'd like it to be provided, yes. Typically, I think in January is when we publish those.
Okay.
Is that right?
Well,
After the first of the year, we publish
Are
salaries?
you asking about how much they make or what each individual person is going to get for a raise, that percentage?
Well, like, yeah.
Percentage each receives.
So that would be a you one. 'Cause it's
What they
based
got
on-
before and what they're getting now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's based off what the review is.
Right.
Because it's all calculated based off
But
that.
I just think that's all public knowledge, isn't it?
Sure.
what we do at this time of year, or usually before this time of year, is we approve the base percentage of
Right.
increase, which is the 2% increase. And that's really what you're voting on, is the 2% increase. We can certainly provide all the information that you're requesting, but the motion that you have in front of you is just to
Well, it's the
approve.
2% base, but it also
Plus,
includes the
yeah.
merit aspect as well. Based on the score that they receive, they'll then be placed in either a 2.5, 3, 3.5, or 4% raise, depending on where they fall in that scoring system.
Right.
We can provide that if you'd like, yes. I
Yeah,
can give
I'd
you
like to see that.
Any further discussion with regard to this?
You're going to send it out to everybody or just,
To the council.
cool.
Anybody have any further discussions regarding this? Okay, hearing none, this will then be a roll call vote.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we have a similar resolution, but this one is for the city manager. So I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution authorizing the salary increase for the city manager to be effective at the beginning of the pay period, which includes July 1, 2026. Again, this is the 2% base for the city manager, which is the same as what the other city employees have.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion regarding this? This will then be a roll call vote.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
It passes 7-0 also. Move to item number 25, which is a This is a resolution authorizing the bid process and setting a public hearing for the proposed sale of the property at 204 3rd Street Northeast. So I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. The hearing date would actually be May 26th at 5:30 PM for the
Public hearing.
for the public hearing.
And I want to clarify, this RFP is already out there for people to look at and get. As we went back and reviewed processes and how we had done this before, when we did 812, we realized that we needed to do a resolution also and hold a public hearing, and that's why we've started this, put this on the agenda for tonight so that we can get that in place.
One thing on this that I don't like, and it should be changed, I think. You're allowing them, saying they have to tear the house down within 90 days. You're saying they can keep the garage up to a year and put a house there. It's not a buildable lot.
They would have to enter into a development agreement to do that, and it is, if the council wants to approve a small home, then they would do that. That's all.
There may not be nothing in writing, but Tom Crawford, the property owner of this, wanted to leave the garage and tear the house down and do something different,
And we talked to him about.
and
doing
was
a
told
development agreement.
he couldn't do it.
I don't believe that's accurate. We told him he could do a development agreement and do that, and he did not want to do that. That's my recollection. Matt, do you?
Yeah, no,
We're getting kind of far afield because the issue here is just setting the public hearing. So we can talk about this at a later meeting when there's actually an issue before us. But right now, the only thing we're voting on is can we set a public hearing for May the 26th, 2026?
I just don't like the language in there, so.
The language, you're not voting on the language tonight.
Okay.
By the way, this is in the packet, page 219 to 220 to 237, and the bid opening date is May the 19th at 11 a.m. Okay, so this would then be a roll call vote.
Persauer,
Yes.
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby. No. Weber,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Passes 6-1. Next, we'll move to item number 26. Again, this is a bid process public hearing, so this is setting a public hearing and a bid process for the property located at 416 9th Avenue Southeast. The bid, this is another 657A property. The bid would be June the 8th, 11 a.m. The public hearing would be, sorry,
The public hearing is June 8th at 5:30.
do you remember when the bid is?
11 a.m. on June 2nd.
June 2nd, okay. So June 2nd for the bid opening at 11 a.m., public hearing being June the 8th at 5:30, and this is on pages 238 and 230 and to 259 on your packet itself. Did I do the motion already?
I know, I need a motion.
Okay, first I need the motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion regarding this? Okay, hearing none, this would be a roll call vote also.
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
No.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Persauer.
Yes.
Also passes 6-1.
Real quick, before we move on, I want to point out to the council too, so everybody understands, when, whatever bid we get, you guys are going to get to review that and decide whether it's acceptable to you or not. So if they're going to tear the garage down, leave the garage, whatever the case may be, when we bring that bid back for approval by the council, you'll get to decide, do you want to allow that or not allow that? I just want to make sure that's out there so everybody understands.
I just don't know why it was there for, because the next property doesn't say anything. Everything's got to be tore down the next
The
property.
next property has flood implications, I think was the reason why everything had to be removed off the bid.
Okay, let's then move on to item number.
Thanks.
We'll move on to item number 27. We talked about this, I can't do the motion yet, so just give me a second. No, we didn't talk about this. So the city ordinance, chapter 5202, is from September the 26th of 2022. We do allow exemptions for backyard areas, portions of the house for, what would we call it?
Pollinator gardens.
For pollinator gardens. And Carla Kula has requested having a pollinator garden at her house. She had one last year. So The motion that I'm requesting at this point in time is a motion to approve the request for a exemption request for a pollinator garden for the address 312 4th Avenue Northwest. So I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion with regard to this? This is on page 260.
I got a couple things on that one, too. I think it, once the same, what it's like 8 inches your yard can be, I think at 8 inches it needs to be mowed. Because like, we don't have that no mow in May, but there's a sign that says no mow in May. So if you don't plan on mowing your yard till June 1st, you're going to be the 8 inches. And I think if we consider doing these again for her or anyone else, they should get the neighbors that have to look at it to agree to, they don't care if it's done or not.
I think we should also, in my opinion now, that we should also consider putting this on a work session and deciding whether we want to allow a yearly exemption on the thing for people, or whether you still want each individual person to come each individual time. Apparently, Ms. Kula was upset that she had to do this multiple times. She thinks that once she does it and submits it, that she should be able to get it every year. And I think we should have a discussion about that. But
Yeah,
this
you
is
get new neighbors, so people don't like it, they should have some input into it.
Aren't we discussing two different topics here? Because the pollinator project, we put a lot of time and effort into doing this permission for a pollinator project. And Deb, you're talking about tall grass, right? Because a pollinator project isn't just tall grass. We actually have a list of acceptable.
Drive by and look at it.
It's a little bit
Figure it out.
different, but kind of-
So I guess that's what I'm asking. Is this a pollinator project, or is this exemption for mowing code enforcement?
She's asking for a pollinator project request. That's the request that's being made. So if
And there are,
But it's tied to 5202. If you look at the actual city code, it says a resident must come every year to
Right.
get permission.
right.
So the question is,
5202, the chapter code, or the title of chapter 52 is mowing of properties. So this exemption is to exclude her from being required to mow based on the fact that she wants to have this conservation area. or
Which is different than our
pollinator area.
pollinator opportunity, correct?
I'm not familiar with the pollinator opportunity
sorry.
that you're referring to.
my understanding is that the pollinator part comes from this particular chapter in the
Right.
exemptions.
They can substitute mowing by planting, for example, milkweed, other things like that that are.
There was native flowers, things
Yeah,
like that,
native
that was
flowers,
approved by
yeah.
Iowa State Extension, I remember.
Yeah.
Right, correct. That's what I remember
I know
too.
where you're going, and I can remember it. I can't think of it at the moment, but
Well, I think we need to look into that and make sure. I mean, if this is just an exemption for mowing, is a lot different than planting a pollinator
That
plant,
it is.
which is what we approved.
Yeah, it's two totally
So I'll
different
read,
things.
so the code
turn
5202
into that.
exemption says the council reserves the right to declare any particular area exempt from this chapter if it involves conservation areas or other natural grass, flower, or wildlife area, such exemption to be approved annually by the council by motion and filed in writing with the clerk.
The neighbors could complain every year that way, the way we have it set up right now,
So-
as far
so-
as that goes.
That's right, so should they have to look at it? That's what I'm asking.
So do I
Well, that's what I'm
understand
saying,
that?
they could come down and ask us not to make that exemption if they wanted to,
Oh, yeah.
So,
if we left it alone.
so the motion that's,
I don't want to do that, but I don't want it either.
so the motion that we have here is to approve this exemption this year with respect to a pollinator garden, which we're calling an exemption to the 5202, which we just talked, which Matt just read the section of. So that's what's on the table in front of you. So is there further discussion with regard to that? We're not talking about all grass. It has to fit within the definition of the exemption.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we're not just saying 5202 is not mowing your yard. I want to make sure that it has to do with the pollinator project. Should it be allowed to go to seed and get taller than the restrictions on grass growth?
And it also has to be in the backyard, as I recall, as well. It's not-
This is on the side too. But when our last code guy, he said, he could find out what flowers it was. Well, is he going to go over and determine what flowers they can have, or is it just weeds? We don't have that person to do that, am I right? Do you know each flower that can be in there?
I think there's an app on your phone.
We have further. We named it in the ordinance that we have for the pollinator project. It gives a list of what is an appropriate plant.
So who's going to go over and say these ones are approved and these ones
I
aren't?
don't know, I'm just saying our current ordinance reads this. If we're going to change something, then we can do that, but
I don't want to put you on the spot.
Can I make a request that
I
Matt
don't.
reads that?
I'm not
So
finding
everybody
anything-
understands it?
I'm not finding anything in our code that the word pollinator isn't even in the code.
Oh,
Should be.
That's why
back and look.
That's why I'm asking
I
a
know
request
what
to,
Councilmember-
that's why I'm making a request for Matt to read it so everybody
I'm trying to
understands
find
exactly
it.
what the
I wanna
ordinance is.
understand.
He may need some time to find that.
Well,
I have a bell ringing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we spent a ton of time on work sessions and everything else, so, because there's a lot of people that wanted to request it. Yes, yeah, we did. We may try native grass.
5203, definitions noxious weeds.
Okay.
That's where I reference the state code because they have it clearly explained there.
That's why I'm not finding it. So it references chapter 317-1A of the Code of Iowa.
So do I understand correctly, if we vote for this exemption, she would still be under direction of the state code to not allow noxious weeds? And would have to take the appropriate actions of either mowing or she can't burn.
I mean, the way that I read it, if the way that this says in 5202 exemptions, if you're declaring it exempt, you're declaring it exempt from the entire chapter 52.
Okay.
Which to me then means you're also declaring it exempt from any noxious weed enforcement.
Okay.
But that doesn't specifically state within there, that's what I was trying to
I
find.
don't think we can
It
override state
defines-
code, but.
I don't think we can either. It defines noxious weeds as referencing chapter 317-1A of the Code of Iowa. But that's really the only place in there that I'm seeing that it says noxious weeds. I don't know why we defined it when it doesn't use, well, it does. Every owner shall cut, mow, and maintain all grass, weeds, and brush upon the property and adjacent to the curb, blah, blah, blah.
Does 5203 then mention it's defining what weeds are?
No, it just says noxious weed shall reference the
we
provisions of chapter 317-1A, which is, I can read you the list, there's about 28 of them.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go through the whole list of them. But, so are you getting what you need out of this?
Yep, I understand.
Okay, anybody else that needs anything further? Okay, so the motion that's before you right now is to provide an exemption to 312 4th Avenue Northwest for the purpose of a pollinator garden. Is it only for the month of May?
No, it's all summer.
It's all summer.
No mows in May, the sign's out there, which we've never
I
approved.
just put that because, so why, I think maybe why mayor's kind of, I don't want to say getting confused. In her request, she like alludes to the fact, and when she's here, she says no mow May. So I just put a little note for myself and for mayor that like it's for May 2026, because that's what she says when she's here.
Let's just read it. It says, "To whomever, once again, I'm writing to inform the City of Independence I plan on having a pollinator yard. It's sad I have to do this every year." Or prioritize.
Our priorities.
Our priorities are not with helping the environment. Why don't we educate better and let each property owner try to help Mother Nature become a blue town, promote instead of hinder, smiley face, and with all the land the city owns, we should get involved. And then, thanks, sincerely, sir. Sincerely, Carly Poole.
But what she's really asking for is an exemption for chapter 5202.
Right.
For this pollinator garden that she has.
But again, who's going to say if it's weeds or if it's plants?
Well,
Matt, you're going to take that education to do it?
Well, I don't know about that, I know what dandelion is.
Yeah, well,
But my question is, I just want to be very clear, is this an exemption from the 52 mowing?
That's-
Because if it is, then, when I drive by, right?
no, she has to mow everything except the pollinator area.
correct.
That's what I
Correct.
want to be very clear about.
Correct. I said the motion itself says for a pollinator garden. So that's what she's asked the exemption for.
Well, my understanding is our ordinance doesn't have a pollinator garden in chapter 52.
It just says exemption from, the council reserves the right to declare any particular area exempt from this chapter. It involves conservation areas or other natural grass, flowers, or wildlife areas, such exemption to be approved annually.
So that's what your bid, what the exemption's for. That was exactly what she just read. Okay? Everybody all right?
And it is backyard only, correct?
Yeah, and then Carla Kula has a portion of her backyard exempted last year and has submitted a written request.
It's pretty much the whole north side. And then whatever you want to call that on the south side. I call it weeds that are,
My understanding is, I remember driving by it last year, and she had the exemption for her backyard, however, it was her entire yard.
that's right.
So that would put her in violation of what we're voting yes for tonight, should we vote yes. Correct?
Unless our exemption doesn't say front yard, backyard, do you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's the, Councilwoman Appleby's spot on. I mean, the council, the way it reads, the council reserves the right to declare any particular area. So I think you can make that part of the motion, that you want to allow her to have it in the backyard, or allow her to have it in the front yard, or allow her to have it wherever. But it really should be part of the motion. What exactly are you exempting?
Didn't I say that?
And how many times are you going to have to check it out and waste your time on
You
it?
didn't?
I said a portion of the backyard, but
I don't know, have you gotten any calls about this?
No.
Okay,
I mean, I've talked to Carla herself about it.
yeah, okay.
And the backyard would be defined from the back portion of the property?
To the river at her place.
I'm
All
not
the way
sure
to the
she
river.
said backyard, frankly.
She definitely has flowers planted around her house.
Yeah, she didn't ask for
They're
the
on all
backyard.
sides. Now, I say that as a good thing, a flower's a flower, as long as it's not a noxious weed. And
But it's the whole yard.
There's a Buchanan County Weed Commissioner that can go look at this too.
we're going to, the motion's going to be that it's the portion, it's the portion of the backyard.
Where does it say that in the motion?
At the, right below, it says Carla Kula has a portion of her backyard exempted last year and has submitted a written request for a council approval for this calendar year
The
2020.
motion is what we decide the motion is. So if we want to change the motion, we can get a second on that, on the motion itself, so that everybody's clear on what we're voting on.
So we exempt one person for this, and then you go around and ding people because they haven't mowed their yards, and they say, well, take a look at that, and there you go.
And that's why I'm suggesting that we set another session for a work session on the thing, and then we talk about taking 5203 and 5202 exemptions, and that we have words that lump the two together, so we're defining exactly what we're considering to be available to be exempted in this area.
Yeah, define-
Was there a motion on this and seconded?
Yes.
Yes.
So we do have to vote because you have a motion second.
should anyway.
And
Well, we
if it's
did-
voted down, then we can put it into a work session, but if it's voted to pass, it passes.
No.
Yeah, you already have a motion and a second on it.
I have a motion and a second, but the motion itself can be changed at any time before the final vote.
Correct. If somebody-
As long as the person that seconded is okay with the change to the motion,
Correct.
or the motion itself is withdrawing.
Right, but I have not heard anybody change the motion yet at this time.
We're still talking about what the motion's going to say.
Okay.
Okay.
I would make a motion that we refine it to 50% of her backyard to include pollinator plants.
I think that'd be half of,
How do you figure out 50%, Mike?
half of her own.
Well, that's,
That's simple.
huh?
And I still can't
Pollinator
trust that.
stuff, pollinator
Right.
plants.
Okay, so the motion,
Why would you only make it half of them?
So that they have to maintain some of this, it doesn't just turn into a patch of weeds.
okay, you
Mike?
guys are having a side conversation that none of us can hear.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll speak up.
She wondered why I only specified half the backyard, and I said so that you have to mow around it, so there's some order to it, and it doesn't just become excess weeds.
And who can monitor that, Mike? Who can monitor that?
Who,
He's going to have to monitor it, so that's, whatever we say now has got to, the motion itself has got to be a position where it's something that he can actually do something with.
I would say that, like, your mowing theory is like, well, she asked for permission before the summer even began. It's not like a lawn gone awry, so it's very easy to enforce. We can just say, no lawn mowing, it doesn't have to define the flower. we could remove the flower portion and just say that she has an exemption, because whatever grows is gonna help the pollinators, which is really what she wants.
Okay, so the motion that was seconded, I think I'm going to read it correctly, because I don't have it written down.
There's neighbors that don't want it.
So hold on. So the motion is going to be that we grant the exemption request from Chapter 52.02 for Carla Kula for the property located at 312 4th Avenue Northwest to have a pollinator garden in the back portion of her property. Okay, is everybody okay with that as the motion? Okay, so who made the motion itself?
Mike,
Mike and Brett made the original.
Okay, so Mike, are you okay with amending your motion to read that way? Brett, are you okay with your second being that way?
Yes.
Okay, so now we have a motion and a second, and then you guys know what you're voting on, so this will be a roll call vote.
Just for specificity, this means that she will have to mow the rest of her yard.
Correct.
Okay.
and in discussion, since we're still in discussion yet, because the votes hasn't been asked for yet, I just want to say, I think there's too many people with questions yet at this time. So it seems like there's some doubts and questions on how much does she mow. It says 50%. Well, who's
No, it
going-
doesn't say 50%, it says
Half.
backyard.
No, Mike said that.
Motion is backyard.
Oh, so it got reversed back then to backyard.
Backyard is the motion, okay? And I do believe that we need to work out the details in terms of the noxious weeds and other things and put 5203 and 5202 together somehow, or have some verbiage linkage that.
I don't think they need to be put together. I think 5202 needs to be expanded to add the things that you guys are discussing.
That's fine, but none of this has anything to do with her request. Her request is for exemption. You're voting on the exemption or not on the exemption, okay? Roll call vote then.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hannah.
No.
Moore.
No.
Persauter.
No.
Meaner.
No.
So it fails.
I will put 5202 on the June work session for us to have some discussion about revisiting that language and adding some of the things in that you guys have
Yes,
discussed.
and if I can request, just do a little research on figuring out what we did previously on pollinator projects, because I know.
I will try to look where I can.
I will also.
And thank you for getting that on the work session, because there was too many open ends on that.
Okay, let's move to item number 28. We discussed this at the May 4th work session. This is Roy Ratchford's request for the 5505 livestock request. As we talked about at the work session itself, there's an exemption set forth in the statute itself for certain things. She's at 502 27th Street Southeast, which is south of Highway 20. So does somebody want to make a motion to approve her request, or do you want to make a motion to refuse her request?
I'll make a request to refuse it.
Okay, so Deb's made a motion to refuse it.
To approve it.
I'd make a motion, same, to approve it.
Well,
Okay.
Well, she already made a motion
I
to
have a
deny
motion
it.
right now to refuse, to reject it, okay? So I need a second on that motion then.
Second?
Have a motion and a second with that, with regard to that. So I don't mean to be rude to you, but
You guys had asked for my paperwork to be more specific, so I wanted to offer you.
okay, that's fine.
More specific.
Yeah, I just we spent a lot of time at the work session. I just
You're
didn't
all
want
past
us
term.
to repeat things that we've already had.
No, that's fine. You guys had asked for it, so that's why I grabbed it.
Thank you.
I wanted you guys to have it. And I just printed it right before I walked out, so it's not.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to refuse the request. So discussion with regard to that.
I've got some discussion on it. You know, you have a part in our society and laws now on support animals and stuff, but a chicken is defined as livestock and is not classified under the support part. If we go ahead and pass this, and if somebody wants to put a horse in their backyard and says it's my support animal, you're opening it up.
We have horses in town,
Where?
up behind the old Pizza Hut. Up-
That's county.
That's county.
You sure?
Unless it's not where I'm thinking.
Way up there.
Two blocks up with the county.
Bachman's?
Yeah, Bachman's in the county.
Yeah, that's county. You know, but a person could say, well, that horse is my support animal. You could have,
Bachman's the city limits, but across the street
you
is
could have
county.
a pot-bellied pig and say it's my support animal. I think we're just opening it up too much.
Wait.
So that's my input.
Okay, further discussion with regard to Deb's motion.
I would ask Chief Lau to come up and discuss some of the chasings you did prior to us establishing the no livestock, the potbelly pig.
I mean, just in reference to, I mean, we've dealt with the pig in town, we've dealt with other things.
The ducks.
Ducks, and just in reference to chickens, I know that me and another officer chased 3 or 4 chickens around town in the southwest one day for about 2 hours. And we had to call somebody actually in to come take care of it and catch the chickens for us. But regardless, we're not going to be the ones that are going to be catching livestock in town, so that could be an added expense at some point.
Thank you.
So let's have,
I'd just like to add that I think that there is sometimes that we should allow for exceptions just based off of like location and what is actually happening. I mean, this property is, yes, it's in the city limits, but it's like barely in the city limits. And to me that, you know, I understand that we want to have people who, if they lose their chickens, they want accountability for that kind of chicken and things like that. But I think that that's what they come here to us and have a conversation. We talk about it. We decide, you know, is it acceptable to have this exemption? And I think that her property, in my opinion, because of where it is and things like that, that I think that we should make an exception for that.
Okay.
I agree with Councilman Weber on that, and I'd like to add in there too that when Mr. Ratchford came and talked to us previously at the work session, she agreed to not continuing chickens once these particular chickens, 11, that she had, 9?
I only have 9.
9. I couldn't remember where you were at. I know you said there was, she said she's not going to replace them. She also willfully said that she would continue to ban them with her name, her address, and her phone number on them as well. That way, if they got loose, they caused a problem, we had to round them up, she then would receive the summons and we'd know where to go with that.
You know, we also talked about that the last time. We also had a limit of 6 too.
They also what?
Therefore, I'm
Had a
for an
limit of
exemption.
6 if we were going to put it into effect the last time.
Oh, but we didn't. That's
Okay,
not-
well, let's, it sounds like we may end up having a second motion here as well, so.
Oh, I didn't realize we could do that.
So let's.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So we are voting on the motion to deny the request for the exemption, okay? So
Well,
this is,
she can speak about it, right?
no, she already spoke,
Oh, she doesn't.
no.
Okay.
Unless she's got something new to say that she didn't say before.
She presented the information that we asked for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a roll call vote then to deny the request for the exemption.
Sorry, so then if I want to allow her for her exception, I say yes?
No, you vote no.
You vote
Oh,
no.
no?
If you vote in the affirmative, if you're voting yes, that would mean that you do not want to allow her to have chickens.
Okay, so-
So
No.
if you want to vote, if you want her to be able to have chickens, you need to vote no on this motion.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so roll call vote.
Appleby,
No.
Weber,
No?
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Persauter,
No.
Maynard,
No.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
So 4-3,
So
it fails.
So 4-3, it fails. So now I need a motion to approve the exemption request under 5505 for the purposes of Rory Ratchford's property at 502 27th Street Southeast.
So moved.
Second. If I may, can I make an exemption
Yeah.
to that, or can I?
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask
Modify.
you to modify your motion, Brett, that in the agreement that Rory will not have any additional chickens as they diminish, she will not replace them, and each chicken has to have those 3: phone number, address, and her name on them.
Yes, I would amend my,
Okay, and your second?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the motion that we're currently have pending. Any further discussion on that? Okay, then this would be a roll call vote. Now, if you're voting yes, you're voting to approve the request. If you're voting no, you're voting to deny the request, okay? Roll call vote.
Weber,
yes.
Hannah,
No.
Moore,
With those additional stipulations involved with the new motion, I would vote yes.
Persauter,
Yes.
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin,
No.
Appleby.
Yes.
Okay, so that passes 5-2. Now, do we, you'll work out the details in terms of what else we need in terms of...
Well, you're good.
Okay.
We'll reach out and we'll take care of it. Thanks,
you.
Roy.
Thanks.
Okay, let's move to item number 29. This is the Lot 1 resurfacing, which is the parking lot that's closest to St. John's, okay? So I need a motion to approve the purchase authorization and authorize the city manager to proceed with the downtown parking lot 1 resurfacing project and award the bid to Kleesner Construction, Inc., in the amount of $50,240.
So moved.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second. We had the bids in your packet. I think it's on page 264 are the three bids itself. Kleesner was the low bid on it at that price, as I recall, and it,
Yes, they were.
264 to 269 is the drawings and the other things with regard to it. So,
As well as a map of where those parking lots are at.
okay.
Does the Kleesner Construction, do they include the layout and striping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So further discussion with regard to this. Okay, this will be a roll call vote.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Persauter,
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
That passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 30, which is an authorization for purchase of a combination jet vac truck. I need a motion to approve the purchase of a 2026 sewer equipment. What's the 12YD mean?
12-yard.
Okay, 12-yard 900 ECO, combination sewer cleaner from Armor Equipment for the quoted price of $594,980, and to authorize the city manager to complete the purchase.
So moved. Second.
So a motion and a second. The difference in the bids between Armor and one of the other ones was like $337. So Armor was not the lowest bid. However, they agreed to also include the camera nozzle, which is about $10,000 in additional things to itself. We have planned the purchase of this piece of equipment. We have money in the water fund and in the sewer fund. And this is found in your packet at 270 to 279. So I did the motion, right?
Yes.
Okay.
you have a
So
motion and a second.
further discussion with regard to this purchase. Anybody?
Can this be used by, like, the street department for the storm drains, all that?
Be used by anybody in the city, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, since it's a jet vac truck, the primary reason that we want to move forward with this right now is we're starting to do water line replacements for the 2026 street overlay, street rehab project. And this would come in really handy to help with some of those excavations and doing some of that stuff. But yes, it can be used to clean out sewer drains. It can be used for all kinds of cleaning. And having the jetter nozzle on the front with the camera on it makes it literally easy too, because if you do find an obstruction, you'll be able to see what that obstruction is, rather than just saying it won't jet any further.
Would this be
Typically, that way that works in the past. Jetter doesn't go any further, then we have to bring in a camera crew to camera it and see what's going on, so.
Would this be immediate delivery, or is this like something?
June 1st, they have it sitting on the lot.
With the understanding that there's no payment due until
Till July.
Until
Till
July,
July
when the
1.
budget, when we
Right.
have the budget.
We'll make payment as soon as possible after July 1st, and they understand that.
And have agreed to those terms as well.
Correct.
Further discussion? Hearing none, this will be a roll call vote then.
Moore,
Yes.
Persauter,
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
It also passes 7-0. Now we move to item number 31. This is another authorization for purchase. This is a half-ton truck for streets. Need a motion to approve the purchase of a 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD from Dunlap Motors, Inc. for the total amount of $54,750, and to authorize the city manager to proceed with the purchase.
So moved. Second.
Okay, I have a motion second. This is page 280 to 284 in your packet. Any further discussion with regard to this purchase? I forgot where the funding's coming from.
This is road use tax.
Okay.
Keep throwing softballs up for them there. That's great.
If there's no further discussion, then this will be a roll call vote.
Persauter,
Yay.
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 32. Chris, we wanted you to hear the rest of everything else before we got to you. But just in case, you needed an evening out, this is it, All right, so item number 32, this is a 2080 agreement with Buchanan County Emergency Management Agency for their radiological incident response assistance. So I need a motion to authorize the mayor to complete the document once BCEMA has executed its portion of the agreement.
So moved. Second.
So I have a motion and a second. This is page 285 to 292 of the packet. The full commission is scheduled to meet to discuss the approval of this at emergency management on May 27th, right, Chris? 26th, okay.
26th is a Tuesday,
27.
May,
because we have a council meeting on the 26th, so that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
okay, May 27th. Anybody have, you had some questions last time, Brian, because you didn't think I was smart enough to answer them.
I don't think I said it like that. I said you couldn't answer them.
I'm going to move back here.
No, I don't. I'm good. I'm good. I don't have any questions.
Further discussion with regard to this at all? Okay, Chris, you did a great job. Thank you, I appreciate it. We'll call for a vote then. Roll call?
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Brusader.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 7-0. I did not say, but this was originally drafted by our city attorneys, so
Right.
So this is something we prepared, and then we've been working in conjunction with Chris in terms of getting the language that they needed in order to satisfy the people on his end in terms of making sure that there's no issue with us getting paid for the services that we provide. Okay, so that passes. You can stay or you can go, and we're almost done anyway. All right, yeah. I know more about this than when I have to run one of your meetings. All right, so let's do item number 33. This is the Police Department union contract, the July 1st, 2026 to June 30, 2028. So I need a motion to authorize the mayor to sign the collective bargaining agreement between the City of Independence and the Teamsters Local 238 for the period July 1, 2026 through June 30th, 2028. Need the motion first?
So moved.
Okay, so this is in your packet, 293 to 319. Matt was involved in the negotiation process. I don't know if there's anybody has any questions about the contract itself or anything about it. Any discussion about the approval of it? Okay, if there's
Any
no
questions?
Any questions? Okay, then there's a roll call vote.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Appleby.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Brusader.
Yes.
Maynard.
Yes.
That passes 7-0 also. Next, move to item number 34, which is the purchase agreement for 306 2nd Street Southeast. So I need a motion to approve and authorize the city manager to execute the real estate purchase agreement with Peak Property Solutions LLC for the property located, 306 2nd Street Northeast.
Southeast.
Southeast, I apologize, Southeast.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Matt, we talked about this in closed session before we got involved in the negotiations in order to decide how we're going to handle it. Matt was able to negotiate a purchase price of $157,500. The escrow would close before July 1st, 2026. We have the money from this, from the bond that was issued in the spring of 2025. We're talking about the building here between us and Trinity Tulip here. And once we finalize the purchase itself, we'll discuss whether anything can be moved or not moved, and some of the other things that we talked about at our discussion. Whether we can sell the house and move the house, or whether we're just going to tear the house down. We're going to put a parking lot in there temporarily until we decide what else to do with the property in terms of any expansion with the fire department. So other discussion that we haven't had about that or questions about it?
I'd forgotten the price, but that must have been in our price range.
It was less than what you authorized me to go to.
They were asking, what, 165?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I think we had originally, yeah, that's okay, 165. sorry, 165 was what they were looking for, and 157.5 is what he negotiated the settlement, the purchase at.
Right.
Further discussion on that? Hearing none, this will be a roll call vote then.
Appleby,
No.
Weber,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yay.
Maynard,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
That passes 6-1. Next, we move to reports. Everybody saw Chief Lau's report with regard to the numbers for the last time period. Anybody have any questions for him with regard to those numbers or anything that that deals with that? Okay. Move then to the fire department monthly report. Blake's not here, but we can, if anybody has any questions with regard to his numbers on his report, it looked pretty even in terms of there weren't anything that jumped out in terms of a real high number for a particular type of call that they went on. They all looked like a lot of different calls for a lot of different things is what I saw in the report. But there's no questions on that. We moved to item number 37, which is the building department monthly report. Anybody have any questions for Matt with regard to his report? Okay. Matt, let me ask you just a couple things, because I looked at your report quickly. I didn't get a chance to look into it in great depth. Do we have any current new home constructions that are going on?
Yeah, we have the one condominium that's being built right now. There's a new starter. He has a foundation, and Steve G, his condos out there. He has a foundation poured last year, so we'll be beginning on that one.
Okay.
We also have another one down here on 7th, southeast, coming up.
Okay. Is there any commercial building or remodeling that you can tell us about?
Yeah, up here at Gators, they're building a cold storage shed up there currently. That's probably one of the biggest projects we got going on now, commercial.
What's being built in the southwest behind that vet clinic? You see they've got it all staked out.
Yeah, storage sheds.
Same company, it's got the blue doors.
Yeah, I believe it is. It's sold now or booked now, I think.
Yeah.
Booked now, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You'll see a lot of action there with the detention basin going in.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Where are we with regard to occupancy for the units that are above on First Street? Can you tell us anything about?
Yeah, we have temporary occupancy on 3/4 of all the apartments between Coles and
Gedney?
Spargrove.
Gedney and Spargrove. Yep.
Has Spargrove rented out to anybody? Have we given any, has he gotten any?
He has a temporary occupancy, which means he can rent.
So they're done?
Well, they're not quite done.
There's like 3, 4 apartments that are done. Yep. And he has all of his life safety things completed in his hallways. So his lighting's all up, his exit doors, all that's safe. So somebody could occupy them.
Okay, so other than those 3 projects on First, is there any other above apartments that we're currently working on in terms of remodels or anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I'm not either, so it's just curious. Other questions for Matt about that subject that I just brought up or anything with regard to his report?
I'm just weird curious. What are they doing in the building at the east and west, for the retirement homes, or not retirement, but,
The old nursing home.
yeah, there, the old nursing home. Do you guys know?
We don't have any idea. I mean, I don't have any idea.
No,
It's just,
Could that, do you know, like a retirement home, could that be made into apartments ever?
That is privately owned by whoever bought, they bought them both.
I was just thinking it's such a waste.
But
I wonder if we
that's
could,
up to them.
if we're looking for cheap places to rent, that could be
Maybe
even
they should
brought
sell
up to code for something like that,
I mean, anything can happen.
Okay.
So we might have to reclass it or something. I'd have to look at it a lot closer.
And it's the same company that's currently still opening the one next to it, right? East and West are owned by the same.
I think so. Is it Legacy, Matt?
I think it is.
I think, yeah. Yeah.
I wondered if they had ever thought about unloading it, and then we could maybe, if we had a suggestion for it. But I'm not sure if it could be made into apartments.
the west one is owned by Independence Iowa Property Holdings LLC. The east one is still owned by ABCM Corporation.
Yeah,
that's Okay.
right. Albee did keep that one, and 2 other ones.
So I don't know what their future plans are for it.
But they most
If
likely
any.
had some, or, because it's been what? Probably 4 years.
Or
I
at
think.
I
least
mean, it's
4.
privately owned, they can do whatever they want with it as long as it's within our codes and ordinances, so.
Okay.
Are there, in terms of other developments, the old development that we've approved the plat on, is that moving forward at all, or is it just,
I haven't seen any plans on the Ron Old project.
yeah,
The
at
Jackson
Enterprise
Green
and
stuff.
6th,
Jackson Green stuff.
Jackson Green? So nothing, good.
They're working on the plans for it, and I've talked with Ron about TIF for it, but we haven't moved forward more than that.
Okay. And we approved a plat on Henderson, nothing's going on in that at all? That's at the other 6th and
I've not heard
Iowa
anything
Avenue?
more about that.
Right.
It's on Bland, north side of Bland.
Sorry, Bland. I guess that's it. I guess that's it.
The annexation, is that still rolling through with?
Still being worked on.
Okay, anybody, other questions for him? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Item number 38 in the packet is the ILPT report that we get each month. Anybody have any questions with regard to that? Okay, council member report. Mr. Weber,
I have nothing.
do you have anything going on?
Yeah, just like I mentioned, set up something maybe with cemetery crew.
So actually, Brad Esch and I have been emailing back and forth during the meeting. He's ready to help whenever you want help. And I've already reached out to Bob also and asked him to clarify or to take care of getting that stuff ordered as soon as possible. Because I told Brad, you guys, I'm glad that they're willing to help, but they can't come help really you do that until you have the materials to do it, which you don't have yet because you're waiting on Bob.
We may have enough, but I'm not sure exactly how close we'd come,
Yeah,
so we wouldn't want enough. But
but I let both of them know it needs
will
to be
we,
done before
will
Memorial
they
Day.
choose to do it a day during the week or on a
No, it'd be on
Saturday?
a Saturday. Brad knows it'd be on a Saturday morning, which is, we'll take care of it.
And do we put the flags up at the cemetery for Memorial Day, or is that something somebody else does?
The big flag?
The
There's a crew that goes around
long
the
flags that
street.
go around the cemetery?
No, the veterans will take care of that.
Veterans do that.
And our big one looks pretty good right now out there. I know, so that should be something maybe that, Bob should check on all the flags around, especially like J.C. Park, because we have our memorial service out there. And those flags are in good shape.
One of the proclamations I had was to flag the flags at half-mast. You guys have
May 15th.
And then
got the date on that and everything? Time period?
Susie has it, yeah.
I was just going to ask too, are you guys going to close down, obviously, probably for Rag Bride Day? I know the county's already picked their days to be closed and
Closing
hours.
City Hall?
Yeah.
No,
We're going to be
we'll
open.
be here.
I got a council meeting to get ready for.
Yep.
Okay, just ask. I thought,
I may not be in the building, but we will be working that day.
I'll be in.
Depends on where I'm at for
you're
everything
earning
else.
it, huh? Okay, I
I
just,
think the county's working too. I think that they just,
Well.
the building itself won't be
It's not going to be open to the
We're
public.
running,
open to the public.
one of the emergency operations centers for that event is going to be in the fire department and may likely be in the council chambers here. So
okay,
there will be people in the building and City Hall will be open to the public that day.
okay, thanks. That's it.
More?
Just 2 things. A shout out to the Independence High School tennis program. They won the WAMAC conference for the first time ever to their knowledge, which was a major defeat. And another thing is congratulations to all the seniors that will be graduating this Sunday.
You have a few of those, right?
We've got a couple.
Sir, I had a resident reach out to me on the corner of 8th Avenue Southwest and 8th Street Southwest where we put in a new fire hydrant. And dirt work has been done, seeding has been done in that, but the curb has not been replaced yet. He was just wondering who to talk to find out when it's planned to be put in anyway, before we get a rain.
The utility work would have been done by the utilities department, likely with the combination help of a subcontractor. I would say you could reach out to Brad at the street shop or Travis at utilities, either one should be able to provide him information and get him a timeline.
Do we do that? We do the curb?
For a project like that was small, yes, we would take care of it. Either Brad's guys would do it or we would find somebody to do it for us and pay them to do it. But yes, the city will pay for it.
Okay. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay.
I have nothing.
Nothing?
I can't remember if I've updated you guys, but I did check in on those stoplights. They all work in unison, except for the one way down at the school, and the police department one. But all of these, if we would ever change any of them, they all change together.
Which police department one are you talking about?
The one right at the courthouse,
Oh, the sheriff's department, not the police. Okay.
What do you mean by work together?
you work in unison, so they're timed and they run and they're together.
Right.
They're
They're on a
together.
timing pattern. They're not
Yeah.
they're not able to communicate with each other. They're just on a set schedule that's timed for each of them. Was how I understood it. Is that not the case?
The way he made it seem that they're operated together and that there's no way to change that unless they change
Well,
them all.
I know they can be changed.
It can
So-
be changed. It just requires a traffic engineer and some money and some time. Because when I've talked to the DOT about it before, they're not saying you can't change it. It's just, it takes money to do it because they want a traffic study and other things. They won't just let you go change it.
Because we
Yeah,
updated
so
this
we
one
can't-
down here.
We
with
can't
them last
change
year.
it, but we would have to.
We would have to, the city would have to.
In
pay
order
for it.
to do.
Right.
So it's not like this one's operating separately.
Who did you talk to on that?
Independence Light and Power called me back at random, I can't remember his name.
Okay. Independent Light and Power, that's. I
Yeah,
was
just
looking-
popped in there and I asked them, and then they called me at, I can't remember the person's name.
No problem.
Okay, city manager.
A couple things. So we have, Matt, how many of the right-of-way encroachment letters did you say we had, or the right-of-way encroachments that we had compliance on? I want to say 40 or 50.
I believe we saw 43, 45, was that my answer to you, Mayor?
Yeah, I think you told me 45 were remaining. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to send out another round of letters to the people that haven't complied yet to remind them that we're trying to get them to do it before July 1st when the fees go into place. That's the whole reason that we're reminding them again. Those letters are set to go out tomorrow. So that we just wanted to let you guys know about that. I will be out of the office the remainder of the week. I'll be in Philadelphia for a conference, helping with the conference and speaking at some of the sessions and doing all that fun stuff. It's a ICMA Local Government Reimagined Conference about democracy and the public trust. And then I got a letter from the Chamber of Commerce about the golf tournament that's on June 5th at Three Elms. We get 4 free spots within that golf tournament. I don't know if there's anybody on the council that wants to participate in it. We'll open it up to
Oh, yeah.
department heads also. But anybody that wants to go, it's usually a pretty good time, and Three Elms, I don't know how many of you play golf, but it's a pretty relaxed course. So, and then the only other thing that I wanted to point out, I know that on social media today, there was a lot of stuff posted by Buchanan County Tourism and the Independence Chamber of Commerce and some other people about lighting the Wapsie Dam and that project. I want to point out for the public and anybody who's watching, that is an entirely donation project. This is not public tax dollars. The city is not putting dollars into it in terms of tax money. It is entirely based on donations. Just want to put that out there so everybody understands that. That's all I got.
Okay, June 2nd is Election Day. All precincts will be open there. They start early voting this Wednesday, the 13th, at the courthouse. There's no city elections involved. There are county supervisors that are involved as a primary, and then we have state elections that are state and federal in terms of representatives.
Two-sided ballot for the county.
Yeah, it's a two-sided ballot. The supervisor's portion is on the back side of the ballot, so be sure that anybody that's listening to be sure to turn your ballot over and vote on the back side, because that's where the supervisors will be for both the primary Republican and Democrat side. And that's all I had. Other department head reports. Brian?
So 2 things tonight. If you're interested in Independence baseball and coming out to a baseball game, we'll be there on the 27th. The police department will be hosting the concession stands from 5 to 9. So if you're interested in coming watching baseball and have some cops serve you some hot dogs and popcorn, feel free to come out.
Donuts?
Donuts?
Not doing donuts?
That's negotiable. We have to have enough for the rest of us. And then this year, for the 4th of July, I did something a little bit different. I took all the officers, and I think I've talked to some of you about it, or I brought it up before, but all of your officers put their name in a hat, per se, and one officer was picked to lead the 4th of July parade this year. I know in the past, it's always been the police chief that's always led that parade. but I believe that that needs to be spread amongst everybody to have that honor, at least during the 4th of July once they've done it, their name won't be in the hat next year, it'll be a different officer. And then that officer will be spotlighted for that event to the public. I've also reached out to the 3rd grade class, both at St. John's and the public school, and they're going to be making some posters, and those will be displayed on the squad car during the parade. So just one more way to try to get the community involved and our students involved, and I just think it's a very positive thing for our department and the community. So just something to watch for in the near
This
future.
is a good idea of yours.
And your officer's a good driver, so he'll stay out of the way of my vehicle, which will be right behind his.
Has the officer been drawn yet?
Yes, so the officer is Brandon Bagby, will be the officer that's going to do that, and he's actually going to have photographs with the students and the posters later this week, and then when that's announced on social media later, we'll have those posters and that stuff there for the public as well as that officer spotlight.
Awesome.
Yep, thanks.
Sounds great, thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Chief.
Matt, did you have anything else? Okay, I don't have anybody else there then, right? Okay, then I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Passed 7-0. We stand adjourned.